What's up, guys? Bailey here with a late night little yap session about UFC Fight Night Baku, Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. Um, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This video is gonna be relatively short because the only fights that we're really interested is Orbetsky, Blades, Fiziev, and main event. Let's go. So we got Muhammad Naimov versus Bogdan Grad. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. I on the surface, I thought that Muhammad would knock him out. Right? I thought that on the surface, Muhammad would knock out Bogdan Grad because his style. But Bogdan Grad, he takes damage in some fights. I mean, he leaves himself a bit open. But I think also he reminds me of like a. I mean, you can even just look at him. It's like even just look at him. He kind of reminds me of like Dustin Poirier when he was in WEC, like just when he was bald and shit. And I thought it was kind of funny, but I think that I think Bogdan Grad is gonna win this fight though. Even though I think Muhammad Naimov has his hands more glued, and I don't think he has as much of a shot at getting caught with things as much as Grad does. But I do think Bogdan Grad could catch Naimov with something. I think that he could catch him. There was a highlight where he fucking caught him with a spinning heel kick, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I got to know about this guy. You know what I mean? And then his UFC debut in Saudi Arabia was very, very impressive. Um, and yeah, I think it's just going to come down to a bit more of the power in this fight. But we'll see, but I think that Bogdan Grad is going to win this fight. Next, we have Nazim versus Nicholas Mata. And the only reason why sometimes I skip these names is because listen, all right, let me just clarify. I know all the, some people are going to look at me and be like, Bailey, you don't know how to pronounce these last names. You're fucking casual. You're casual. Listen, man, I will butcher 90% of the names. You know how long it took me to just say like Magomedov and like Habib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev and Zabit. I still can't say Zabit's last name without like having to whatever. I'm not gonna defend myself. Anyways, yeah, I think Nazim is gonna win though. I really do. And he's got the height advantage, he's got the reach advantage. I think he's better technically everywhere. And not gonna lie, Nicholas Mata just has the NPC effect. It's a very real thing. You look at him and you're just kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? Even though you kind of do with both guys, it's like, nah. I mean, more him than him. So I think Nazim just by plot armor, and yeah, I think he's gonna get the decision. Next, we got Tafik Musiev versus Medebek Orobai. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think Orobai is going to win. I mean, like, now people want to say, well, oh, he lost his last fight. His last fight was a fucking war, okay? He's taking a lot of time off, but he was, like, in everyone's top 5 best prospects, everyone's top 5. Oh, my God, he's the next up guy. He's really coming up. And he lost, and now everyone does what they usually do. They switch up, they talk shit. I'm still believing in Orobai. I think he's going to win. He's proven he's tougher. And I think that and he's taken a lot of time off. You know what I mean? And I think that's for the better. So I got Orobai winning this one. So now we got Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kuniev. I think that Curtis Blades is going to beat him. I think he might knock him out even. I think that he's better overall. His grappling is very high level. And by grappling, I mean wrestling, of course. I think that now I heard that Rizvan is... some people say he's tricky on the feet. Some people say that he has a lot of things going on. But I think Curtis Blades is just too high level, and I think that the heavyweight division is just way too shallow. Rizvan Kuniev is kind of a nobody, and Curtis Blades is very, very established. He even gave Tom Aspinall problems, and when they fought, caught Tom Aspinall first with the jab, making the most out of his reach. And his reach really isn't anything too special, but... Curtis Blades just knows how to make the most out of what he has, which is why he stayed in it for so long. And I just think that he's going to beat Rizvan Kuniev. Do I think he's going to finish him? Yeah, I do. I think that there's a high chance of that, but I think it's going to be ground and pound more than likely. I don't think that he's going to like box him and bing, bing, drop him. And then, I think he's going to probably, maybe hit him with a good shot. Kuniev might run around, scramble, and Blades might get the takedown, and he might finish the job there. So next we got Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Now this might be a hot take, but I think Ignacio Bahamondes is going to win this one. Even though Rafael Fiziev is technical, and he's powerful and he's a finisher, Ignacio's a finisher too, and he's long. He's very, very long. And I think that Rafael Fiziev, if he gets his ego challenged, or if he gets somewhere he gets caught in this exchange, right, where like it's like fuck me, fuck you, okay, like let's go at it, and they do, Fiziev will get tired, right? But in his last fight against Gaethje, I saw a bit more conservative Fiziev. I didn't really see the old vintage like Fiziev, right? And I think that Ignacio Bahamondes, and this might be a hot take, this might sound stupid, but I'll die on it, which is that he might be the representation outside of like Paddy Pimblett, and like Mauricio Rufy. I think he might be in this next lineup of new age lightweights. So I think that Ignacio is going to win. So next we got Khalil Rountree Jr. versus Jamal Hill. So I'm not going to lie, Jamal Hill might win this one. But I cannot pick against someone who's from Vegas, man. I'm from Vegas too, so, I got to pick Khalil Rountree Jr. But there's some things that we have to talk about with this fight, okay? Khalil Rountree Jr., he's powerful, he's explosive, but his biggest weakness is his cardio. Now, people want to say, well, he took a beating in the 4th round. He was tiring off by the 3rd. And I think that what he needs to do is have more straight shots instead of, hooking, looping combinations, right? And I think that Jamal Hill, he's long. He also has power, but being powerful and having power is two different things. You know what I mean? Powerful is every hit is going to hurt. Every hit you're going to feel. Having power is like, you have a weak jab, but you got a hell of a right hand. That's having power, right? And Jamal Hill, he's not very technical, you know what I mean? And I think there's times where, even when he was fighting Yuri Prohaska, he was swinging and his hands were down and his chin was wide open, and that's how he was getting caught a lot of the time. And I think that if you put your chin on a silver platter for Khalil, he's going to take it, right? I mean, he took it at the highest level when he fought Alex Pereira. Now, for Khalil Rountree Jr., I don't think that he should underestimate Jamal Hill. I think that he needs to take this fight seriously. He needs to, lock in. He needs to win. And I think that Khalil Rountree has all the tools to win. He's tougher. He has more tools. He's more well-rounded. And I think he hits harder. And quite frankly, I think that Khalil Rountree Jr. is going to win. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this quick, chill little UFC fight night Baku prediction video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one whenever I make one. Peace out.